Okay, now I'm going to show you how to take a document from PDF Escape that still needs some signatures and then upload it into Docusign, and how you can go into Terry's email to go through and sign and initial everything. Okay, so right now I added everything to this contract that needed to be added. Computer's being a little slow, sorry. Okay, I will give you the login information for Docusign. Okay, then once you're out here, you're going to hit upload. I'm going to upload the contract that I just downloaded. It's going to think for a minute. Okay, now you'll see the document there, and I'll tell you how many pages it is, just so you can make sure that it's the correct one. Then we're going to add some signatures. So we'll need to add Terry. So you type his email in, his name will pop up, and you hit add signer. And then I always add myself. I don't always need to sign something, but just save some time rather than trying to figure it out. Then you hit next. And these are all of the possibilities that you have in DocuSign. You can do a signature, an optional signature, initial, optional initial. The ones that you'll be using more often than not are the regular signature, the initial, occasionally the full name, and the date signed. Okay, so you'll see up here, this is the drop down for the people who were assigned. I'm going to click on Terry's name, and then I know all of this information is good because that was already signed and initialed. So I'm going to keep scrolling down till I get to the documents that were in Maris for us to look at. So those are the ones that have been signed by the seller, but not us. Okay, sorry about that. So again, I'm scrolling down and I'm looking for the pieces of the contract that only have the seller's signature. So those pieces that you added from Maris, or maybe from an REO website. Okay, so this is where they started. We don't need any signatures on that page. Okay, just for future reference, this Maryland residential property disclosure and disclaimer statement, when I list properties, I almost always leave the first 3 pages blank. You don't actually have to fill those out if there's nothing wrong with the house. And then what you do is you sign on this last page, but the 4th page of the disclaimers, this just means that the seller doesn't know of any defects in the house. Like if it rains, it's not like there's leaking that comes through the windows or anything like that. There's no flooding in the basement, at least that they're admitting to. And this is a legal document, so you just have to kind of hope that they are being truthful. This is the lead paint disclosure, which is very blurry, but this page will always need a bunch of signatures on it and initials. So this is just saying that we read the lead statement above. We received copies of information. We haven't, but it's more of a technicality. We've read the pamphlet, protect your family from lead in your home. Basically, don't let your kids lick paint. We are waiving the opportunity to conduct a risk assessment, because when Terry goes into these properties, they pretty much rip everything out of them anyway and start over. Agent has informed the sellers. Okay, so the purchaser is going to be Terry, and we put the date here. You want to try to line the red line up with the lines, or else it's kind of all over the place. And then you see there's a spot for the agent. On the lead paint disclosures, there's always a spot for the agent to sign. So then I say date signed, and then after I put my name in, I always switch it back to Terry because there's more stuff for him to sign than for me. Oh, perfect, and that looks like it's it. So if you hit send right away, it'll always ask if you want to preview. I like to do that just to kind of go through and make sure I haven't missed anything. It's not the end of the world if we miss, an initial or a signature. We can always do it later, but it's always good to kind of just check it out. So again, we don't, if the seller doesn't sign on page 3 of this Maryland disclosures page, we don't sign there. If they're saying that they don't know of anything wrong with the property, then we sign on page 4. And the lead paint hazards. So they're just saying they have no reports, but they don't have any knowledge of lead paint. And we signed. And you'll see mine didn't pop up here because I'm previewing for Terry. If I change the preview to me, then it shows where I have to sign and date. And then we have this information. I believe this is a standard sale. So we're also going to want to include that LLC name change addendum I sent you yesterday, and the articles of organization just showing that Terry owns the rights to that LLC name, but we'll get into that in a second. So once we've previewed and everything looks good, we're going to hit send. It's going to ask if I'd like to sign my envelope now. You can say yes. And it just is processing everything. Don't need to share my location. I hit continue, start, and I just click sign. You'll see the dates already put in there, no problem. And then finish. I'm done signing, and so what it'll do is you already have access to Terry's email, but if we go into Terry's email and his 50 billion that he has, you'll see something from me. It'll say Kristen Royce via DocuSign, so you can click on that, scroll down, say review document, and it's going to do the same thing that it just did for me. It'll say start, continue, blah, blah, blah. So continue, start, sign. You'll see the dates already put in there. Initial, 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 initial. And again, we always want to waive the opportunity to conduct a risk assessment and check off all 3 of those things. Sign, finish. Now once it's finished, it's going to go into my email and say that the document has been completed, just like that. So I can go ahead and review the document. So now this will have both Terry's and my signatures on it. It should open right up. Okay, I'll just double check, scroll to the bottom, and just make sure, yep, there's Terry's signature. So then I can go up here, hit download. Download again. Sorry, my computer is being super slow. Okay, then I always like to save it as the name of the property. And again, because this is a standard sale that again we can see. Too many windows open that we can see by looking here, transaction type. I'm going to go into PDF Escape real quick, scroll down to the bottom, say append the page. I'm going to add the standard sale editions and just make sure that we have the amendment. You don't have to do anything for the articles, but I just have to go up then and add the date of the contract, because I believe we put the 30th. Save. Oh, you know what I did? I messed up. So first I have to upload the correct. The one that was in PDF Escape was the one that I was fixing before, so I have to put in the 12 Randall offer, since that's the one that has all of the signatures. Yeah, so here's my 29 pages with everything signed. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, going to append, standard sale editions, open, upload. And then I'm going to add the date. And the date here. And everything should be good. So I download that again. And everything should be set. Now, once you go ahead and email this or submit it in any way, I'm just going to show you this again. Replace it because this is the one that we want. Okay, so I'm in Baltimore City Offers now. Once you go and submit the offer to the listing agent, which again you can get by clicking on his email and using the sort of stock email that I sent you yesterday on how to write those emails, please CC me on any email correspondence that you have with any agents, just so I know that the information is getting out. And once you've mailed that, you'll hit offer submitted. Again, once the offer is submitted, it's going to go into our MLS offers. It'll pop up there, and then we'll be able to keep track. And then when you're corresponding with the agent, you'll be able to keep track of everything here. So I had submitted one yesterday that was rejected, and then Terry wants to resubmit at a different price today, so I'll do that. So I think that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.